All right, today you are going to be creating a drawing using another type of viewfinder. You'll find a wire basket of these on my desk. Each one of you is going to grab one. It makes a border, a frame, to block the things that we don't want to see in our artwork and mimics the edge of the paper, like in our sketchbook or in a frame. So it gives us those borders. Today we are going to be moving on to practice the perception of relationships. So noticing how lines and shapes interact with each other to create what we see in front of us. So to do that, today you're going to be drawing your feet. And your knees, which is sort of a weird thing to draw because if you'll notice, they look weird, like they're at weird angles. Your knees coming up at you, your foot is down below it. This is a funky view of your leg or your knee or your foot. That's called foreshortening. When something comes at you and you lose some of the information about it, you know that my finger is this size. But when it's coming straight at you, you're just seeing the tip of it and you're missing the length of it. That's called foreshortening. So today we're going to be paying attention to foreshortening using the viewfinder to look at and create a drawing of our feet. So you're going to pick a viewpoint and have the viewfinder set up so that you can see one or both of your feet. And with that viewfinder in place, you're then going to begin drawing. So the viewfinder here, the box, is going to mimic the edges of your paper. So for me, my leg begins up here about halfway and comes down and into the middle. Now I'm going to draw this kind of fast. I'm going to encourage you to take a little bit more time on it than I'm going to take in my drawing. I really want you to be looking closely, to be noticing these relationships between things. Using a viewfinder is a really helpful tool, but it takes some practice because it's kind of a funky thing to be able to look through evenly from the same angle each time. So I have the tongue of my shoe, my boot, kind of comes around like this and then swoops over to the side here. I have a loop that I use to help me put my boots on. You can see the lace of my boot around my ankle. And there's some laces that come out and around like so. And again, I'm moving fast. I want you to take your time. Down here is where the base, where my toes are. And I'm noticing its relation to this, its relation to the bottom of the paper, bottom of my viewfinder. I actually see a little bit of my stool. Only a little bit of the sole of my shoe pops in right there. Some of it pops in right here. I have this kind of fold in my shoe. I've got a lace that comes down and points in this direction. I have a grommet, an eye hole for the shoe. And then I can see my other boot. again. So take your time on this. Once you finish one, if you have time, you can sketch another one from a different perspective, rearrange your feet in a different pattern, and try again drawing from that perspective. This is a big challenge. So if this is hard for you, you are not alone. This is not an easy thing. But we're trying to practice using the viewfinder, practice getting the relationship between these different objects that we're trying to draw, and paying close attention to what we see in that process. Give it a try.